All right, everybody. So this is for grammar class, but I could also perhaps use this video in a 101, 102, any other course like that. So the object of this lesson is on active voice and passive voice. And I will quickly show you my handout. So whenever you're talking about writing of any kind, um, it's always a good idea to know and pay attention to what type of voice that you're engaging in. So it also depends on the discipline. So if you are somebody writing in the discipline of English or journalism or something like that, you probably will want to write in the active voice. But if you are somebody like a science major of any sort, so maybe like you're a future biology major, chemistry major, in that type of writing, engineers especially like the passive voice. So for the purposes of my classes, I typically want people to stick to the active voice. But for a grammar class, it's important to know the differences. It's important to know how to switch back and forth between the two. So if you take a look at these two sentences, Becky baked the cake versus the cake was baked by Becky. So if you take a look here in this first sentence, Becky is the subject, bake is the verb, cake is the direct object. Okay. So the difference here is this one is an active sentence. Becky is doing some type of action. Becky bakes. What does she bake? The cake. The second sentence is a passive sentence, and the subject of the passive sentence isn't really even doing anything. It's being acted upon. So the difference here is the cake was baked by Becky. So the cake is there. Maybe you just imagine it sitting in the oven and it is being baked by Becky. So the cake is doing nothing. It's a passive agent. It's just sitting there. Somebody else is acting upon it. Typically, in the sciences, like the passive voice, because they like to maintain sort of the idea that objectivity is here. Like if they're writing in a science experiment, like I euthanized the rat today, right? That kind of shows maybe there's some type of bias, personal bias that's happening in the experiment. If you said the rat was euthanized during the experiment, that's different, right? Because the rat is being acted upon by the scientist in this experiment. So that's the main difference, and it's really important to know how to the difference and how to flip back and forth. So basically, the way that you flip back and forth, um, as you see, the active sentence. This is just a real simple sentence. With the active sentence, you move the object to the subject, and then you add a linking verb, and then the normal verb. So you pretty much just, and then you make by Becky. So you pretty much just flip the subject and the object around and add a linking verb. That's pretty much how you flip back and forth. Take a look at some of these example sentences. Change the following passive voice sentence to active voice. So remember, it's like number 2. The cake was baked by Becky. The cake's being acted upon. Something's going to be acted upon here. So a break was already taken by me. So the break is being taken by me. So, a way to flip it, again, think of flipping the subject and the object around. And whenever you make it passive to active, you can cut that linking verb out. You can say, I already took a break. The book was found just now. I found the book. Lasagna was eaten by the cat. The cat ate lasagna. Pizza is enjoyed by many students. Many students enjoy pizza. So you guys can kind of get the gist here as far as how you flip them. Changing from active to passive, again, whenever you change from active to passive, you want to add that linking verb in when you flip it. I like video games, musicals, and cheeseburgers. Video games, musicals, and cheeseburgers are liked by me. Mark Twain wrote Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer was written by Mark Twain. Aaron gave Paul a gift. As the handout says, this one can be changed two different ways. A gift was given to Paul from Aaron or by Aaron. Then you could say Paul was given a gift from Aaron. So those are two different ways you can flip that one. So that's a really important lesson to learn. The difference between passive and active. So hopefully, and make sure that you guys can see. Okay. So that's the main difference. So again, just remember, whenever you're writing, you want to stick to the genre conventions. So if you're writing in the sciences, stick to the passive. If you're writing in the humanities, stick to the active. So that should be it for this recording. So hope you found this video enlightening. So take care.